Hi, my name is Jean and welcome to Johnny's workshop. Today we'll be looking to this build, which was a kit converted to a slot car. I didn't use the cover's livery, but I went for the secondary one. Now this is by no means a painting tutorial, but I'll be showing what I had to chop and use, to complete this model, basically. Now this is the interior. I've used a magnet to hold it, so it should slide out away like this. So of the original model, this is the interior, and I used some plastic cars at the back to cover where the motor stands, like so. The driver is a BRM driver. It also had to lift the floor a bit to create some clearance here. It's nicely detailed. And what you see here holding the exhaust is actually part of the front here. So you see this matches there. So I cut it, put it here. Part of the exhaust is glued directly to it. I needed to do it that way so I could clear enough room to slide the interior in, basically. Yeah. And it's secure with a magnet. Now the radiator is there, you can see it through. It's glued directly to the bottom of the body, and it looks decent enough. Now for the chassis, this is a Scaleauto chassis. Use a Scaleauto guide flag. BRM tyres, BRM wheels. The inserts were made out of the original wheels that I turned down and fit them inside. So to allow everything to fit under the wheel arches, some bits had to be trimmed, either by turning on the lathe, or you can file it, or depending what tools you have available. For instance, I had to cut some of that and file to clear for the wheels to fit under the wheel arch. Also turn this bit of the hub here that way, both sides, to allow it to squeeze under the wheel arch. And the wheelbase of this car, it's not very long, and so this bit needed to be, because this is it's an extension to allow you to adjust the wheelbase, and I had to trim as much as possible to bring it to match the wheelbase of the car. And the same had to be done here. And if you look closely, there are bushings here, and I had to ream inside these plastic bits here, the posts holding the bushings, to allow to squeeze everything in. I opt for the side attachments rather than the posts, because there weren't many options for me to attach the posts under the body. Now if you look into the instructions here, I can show you exactly what I've been chopping to fit in the body. So as you can see, this is the bit I would chop first to get it done. So if you look closely, the diagonals here, they're these ones, are literally cut round the edge here, like so, and there, and I clear this square bit here to allow room for the extension to fit underneath. Roughly like so. Yeah. And then the side panels, they're fitting on the side rather than on top, because I didn't use that. I put the cage directly against the panels, these panels right here. And they were cut around there, and right diagonally here you can see there's a line. Cut right there. When you aim to fit this back plate here and the top, it's cut more or less here. And then there's a magnet attached to the bottom here and down there. Now this bit here, the rear panel, I cut there and I glued there after attaching the rear screen. One more thing, this, don't throw it away, this bit here, because I used it to create a rail. You can see there with bits of the wheel arch, so it stopped the interior from moving sideways. And this is just an off-cut plastic to, you know, to create a slot to hold the dashboard panel. So I will do this very slowly so you can have a look. It's very tight fit. Hopefully you'll be able to see. Yeah, and it's nicely secured. Right, the bit chopped out of here to install at the rear is so right there. And the exhaust from the motor around there and here. And I did raise the bed where it sits, so it's nice and secure. It's not going to come off, I hope. And that's it for that. And when you want to turn down the wheels to make, you know, inserts, if you want to go that route, you can either turn or you can cut right above where the two meet, you know, the two panels, the side panel and then the cylinder. I went with a hacksaw and cut, and it makes a thin layer that you can cut with a knife if you don't want to turn it. Right, the skirt. So this kit comes with this bottom panel which is transparent, so you can see through. And I cut both sides like this, and they're right here. And that's what I use as a reference to install these mounts, because they sit flush flush under the skirt basically. And I use resin, like a 2-part resin rather than super glue. You want this thing to be really secure, or you can ruin all the, all the interior. The trickiest bit on this kit was really to do the decals, because the original one, which is that one, it comes in several small parts, but it's really tricky to get around the window here. And you can look online, people doing this kit, they often give up on this decal set because how difficult it is to put it together, and they go for the plan B, which is what I did. But even so, this one was very tricky because all the curves of the bodywork, you got to stretch quite a lot your decals to get it around. Around the skirt as well is very tricky, and when you want to do that, you need to make sure you apply a lot of decal fix and stuff like that. Like I said, this is not a paint job tutorial. By no means, this is not looking professional at all, but I'm satisfied with it. So hopefully this car will be one day part of a class that I'm trying to create here. We intend to race some Scaleauto's GTs, 24 scale. And that's it for now. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time.